Now it's time to talk about home gardening, and our expert Sally Cunnigham joins us live from the Botanical Gardens. Good morning, Sally.
Good morning. I'm in one of my favorite places. The Botanical Gardens is certainly something to come even when there isn't a special show. If you haven't been here recently in your lives, come and see the Cactus House in the Florida tropical area, all the different parts of the world. But this is Orchid Show Day, Orchid Show Sunday, and you are seeing orchid displays. I wish you could scent this one, that you could smell this one. It's so fragrant, and there's many orchids put out by the Niagara Frontier Orchid Society. I'm enjoying seeing them, and there's so much to learn here. This one was one that was named in the past as an outstanding specimen of its kind, and there's a whole structure of prize winning here. This was named after Joe DiDomenico's mother, Dora, after it won its prize, and I'm going to ask Joe, president of the society, what makes an orchid special, and there is some news about a really special one here today. So Joe, welcome and thank you. And what makes an orchid so special?
Well, this is a judge show, and we have judges from the American Orchid Society who came down yesterday, and they went through the entire collection, and they single out plants that are exceptional in their class compared against the standard of that particular species. So this plant here was singled out and awarded by the American Orchid Society, and we also have another one which we'll see in a few minutes. So this is exceptional for this particular species, and so they awarded that.
And what happens after they award it? The owner, the grower of it, can give it its own name.
They can give it a secondary name. It's called a clonal name, which they can add to the name of the plant, and it also the name of the plant will add the award to the back end, so it carries that name going forward.
Thank you. Well, we'll move on and see another one of the winners. But meanwhile, Matt is showing us some of the spectacular displays around here, one after the other. And there's many species of orchids you can learn about. The shows today, there's education at 11. 12:30 will be the Hydroponic Society, and at 11 and 2 there are classes on how to repot and keep your orchid growing. So I'm moving down to where Joe is to see another one of the amazing ones, and this one is, tell us the name of this one, the yellow one, when we get to it.
This is a Cunnigham, and they're kind of interesting because they die back. All the leaves will fall off when it's through growing, and they have a dry or rest period, and then when they resume growing, they'll add new growth, and then they will flower. And they also have male and female flowers, which is different from a lot of the other orchids as well.
Okay, well, I'm going to go to a couple of questions, but I have to tell you, it smells and looks wonderful around here. What's up out there?
It does look wonderful. Our first question comes from Diane in Buffalo. Good morning, Diane. What's your question?
What I have is an African violet, and it is like top-heavy. And I was wondering, do I have to replant it? And if I do I have to put new ground in it?
Yes, when the African violet sounds like it's outgrowing its pot, it probably is time to repot it. The important thing to know is you don't just do regular old soil. Get African violet medium, get proper fertilizer for it, and there's even an African Violet Society you can learn from. What else do we have out there?
I think that's all we have for today. Why don't you tell us one last thing about this festival, Sally?
Okay, look at the orchids, folks. Orchids are easy. Really, you can have a plant that flowers for months in your house. People are unduly afraid of them. You can learn here. If you have one you haven't figured out how to make it reflower, bring it in today. They'll talk to you anytime, and on Wednesday mornings, they will help the public repot your plants. So the Niagara Frontier Orchid Society is a great asset in our community, and the Botanical Garden is something to get to, whether it's to this show for any time of year. This is one of our true jewels. Let's support it. Talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks so much, Sally. Well,